Alright, YouTube, been a while. Came to bring y'all an update. So, as y'all know, this is the bullet chassis. I slammed it. Show y'all a few things I did to it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the stand and then we'll go from there. But yeah, I pretty much slammed it. I had to cut off the front and trim the side. This is just gonna be a test body because I'm really not sure if I wanted to go back with the Corvette. Simple fact is I'm getting rubbing up here. I could do some modifications, but we'll see. But stay tuned. Alright, YouTube, you notice anything different? I got rid of the servo. I threw that away because I'm trying to go straight, so I don't need steering. No, I'm just messing around. So also I put a castle in here. This is the backup car, so it might stay with the castle depending on how I feel. The other car will get the R1, but this is the castle, the 8S, and the steering servo used to sit right here. So what I did was I flopped it and I put it up here. Now I know I was told that you need a specific bumper to make it work. So what I did was I used the same everything I had and just made it work. So this plate that holds the front of the body post, it was sitting up top, I dropped it to the bottom. Also used one of the screws to hold the servo on that side, and then I drilled a hole on that side. I just did this, so I just wanted to show y'all a video. I'm not done setting it up how I want yet, but as of now, it's in running condition. Like, it can be ran. So what I did also was flop my spring. My springs used to sit up front. I had to flop them to the back. Had to change my camber link. That was sitting in the back. I moved it to the front. And then I flopped the steering block with the caster block on it. I just flipped them from took the right one, put it on the left side, the left one on the right, and then everything lined up. So now I'm having a little issues, but we'll get to that. So after everything was lined up and set up, I was having issues with the body rubbing because now my front plate is dropped down. So what I did for temporary uses would put spaces in here to raise the body bounce back up as if they were still up here. So next, I haven't even touched the rear. I only been dealing with the front because I really wanted to move the battery up. So now the battery used to sit right around here. Now I can move my battery. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So as I was saying, the battery used to sit here right next to the ESC. So after I moved the servo, now I can put the battery up here, which would help me with my weight distribution. So before, after a certain launch, which is point, the car would lift up a little bit. Now that I can move weight to the front, it should help with that, meaning I should be able to give more point. So I have yet to test it. Still cold here for testing, but I just wanted to show y'all that I did move the servo up. Also threw a castle in there. That's a 6400 paired with the 8S. That's just the backup car. And believe it or not, I went faster with the backup car last year than I did with my other cars. So, my other cars, should I say. So, the backup car was, and it took a few races, so that was a good thing, being a backup car. Now, I still want to get the rear shock tower, just to get I want to get the shocks straight up and down. I don't want them to be how they are now. They are working, that's why I haven't touched the rear. So until I get that, I'm going to leave it just how it is. Everything just how it is, and probably test it just how it is. Now, what I want to do is I want to lower the car a little bit more. So now I got some tires that would help with that. That would definitely drop it. Now the problem I was having is I'm going to need bigger hubs, but the axle isn't long enough for when I do put a bigger, not bigger hubs. I need a bigger hex. Sorry about that. But I need a bigger hex to space the wheel out because these are flat. They don't really have no offset. So since these do, I can use a flat hex on there. But now that I'm trying to go to those, also that would drop the car to about right here. So we got a little rubbing over there, but we can do some modifications to the spring because we have no tension on them right now. So I would have to drop the rear, meaning I would have to mess with the rear suspension. So what I think I'm going to do is I have about 4 more sets of these shocks, the same springs and everything. I think I'm going to build another set just to drop them and leave these. Just in case that set don't work, I can throw these right back on there and I know these is set to go. But I want to drop it to where it would sit. I would say right about there, and the front would be all even. Everything would be even. So that would be great. And it would benefit the car more center of gravity. So hopefully, so now what I wanted to get to with the trouble now is I think I'm going to have to go with a low profile steering servo. Yeah, steering servo, because I believe I'm getting a little bit of bumps there. And reason being is these are even, but I think these are going up just a little bit too high. So if I push down on the car, see the wheel move just a little bit. And it's really this one. It's not even that one. So I'm just getting a little bit. But if I set the car down with the battery and everything, it should just sit right there. So it might be good, but I want to get rid of that. So I might get a low profile servo, turn it around, sit it there, and then turn this around for everything to be even. That's my only problem right now with turning the servo around, that I'm getting just a little bit of bumps there. It's not too bad, and it's only in this wheel now that I realize it. But other than that, we're going to try this gearing out. Normally I run a low spur, but we're going to try a big spur. This is like a 96. We'll see what happens. My gear ratio is like, my final drive is about 7.77, around there somewhere. But if I go up 1 tooth, that'll drop me down to like 7.49, which isn't bad either. But what we want to check is battery voltage, etc. So let me get the battery real quick and just set it up there and show y'all how the car will sit. Alright, so this is how the car is set up for right now. As y'all can see, the battery is way up front. So I don't have a scale to scale it, but I'm sure that the weight distribution on the car changed. So I'm hoping that the percentage in the front is better now, so because I have more weight. So it does give me good. Yeah, I like that. I like the way the car's set up. I won't be running these tires, so that's another thing. These are the reactions. So as y'all know, these are bigger than Voodoos. So my car will sit lower once I drop the Voodoos on there, because I would drop it to about right there, which probably would sit, I would say, right here, which might make it perfect for me. So I might not even touch the rear suspension. We'll get to that. But I'm having another issue, y'all. So my remote. After I set this car up, I went to go and lock it in and everything, calibrate. I started to notice that I was having an issue with my remote. Issue with my remote is, ever since I got the remote, my throttle used to jump around. I used to show people that before, but now it's, I don't know what happened, but now the throttle is just jumping. It's not staying at 0, neutral. It's jumping either from brake 1 to 3 or 10, or it jumps back and forth. Now, that wasn't the main issue. The main issue is when I turn my steering to the right, it applies the brake now to the car without me touching the throttle. Now, the same goes for left. Now, if I go left, it gives the car more gas. So, I mean, it's not something I could mess around with, because it won't help me. Now, if I go to turn right in my situation to correct the car, I'm going to get brakes, which is going to slow me down. And if I turn left and I'm already out of whack, it's giving me more gas. So it's something I'm looking into right now. I'm waiting to speak back hear back from somebody I'm supposed to send it to see if they can fix it. But if not, I'm gonna have to be looking to get a new remote. So hopefully I have time, because our first race is in April. I know that if we get some nice days, I'm sure in like February or March, we'll be out testing. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Just a quick update. I still didn't get the V2 chassis yet, which I'm not worried, because now my remote is messed up. So I can get all the bills situated, and then I'll be worrying about my remote in the meantime. So it's a setback, but hopefully we get it going soon. I did wanted to test this, as meaning just to see if it goes straight and not steer off the road with the bump steer, but we'll see what happens when testing comes. So I'll give y'all an update on the remote to come, and we'll see what happens. Stay tuned for the V2 chassis. I also want to do an update of my stock car, because I have yet to mess with that. And I plan on turning the V1 chassis. Let me get that on the table. So right now as y'all know, the last time I drove it, I blew the ESC. So I took everything out here. Only reason it's still together is because I'm taking everything straight off of this and putting it to the V2. So I mean everything. So it's just gonna be just the chassis when it's left. I have a spare car that I was gonna build for Gasser that I'm gonna end up just putting all of the parts on here to make this a VXL car. Now I'm probably gonna need a wheelie bar and a few other things, but yeah, it's gonna be the VXL car. So we'll see how that goes. Now I can't wait to get the V2, because as y'all know, as I said before, the servo is gonna go in between the front shock tower. So now my battery on the V2 goes all the way up, and the chassis design is different and everything. I'll just have to show y'all when I get it. Y'all just gotta stay tuned. But very excited for that. Can't wait. I did good with this chassis. I believe I hit 191. I had a few things wrong with it that I didn't know, but once I figured it out, it was on the money. But I'm looking forward to the season. Hopefully I can get this remote fixed in time. So y'all stay tuned for the updates. We're getting the bills ready. Also, the dates is out for all the races in our area. We posted them on a group. I have yet to post it on the RC front page, but yeah, all the groups, Connecticut and New York, everywhere, they posted their dates. So gonna be a lot of racing this season, so looking forward to it. You guys have fun, and thanks for tuning in.